It's 2 a.m. and you're currently balancing on a 3-inch strip of memory foam at the absolute edge of your mattress. Your dog, meanwhile, is sprawled diagonally across 80% of the bed, soft snoring into your neck and pushing you closer to the floor with every deep, rhythmic breath. You've probably told yourself it's just about warmth, or maybe a bad habit you should have broken months ago, but that assumption is dead wrong. What's actually happening in your bedroom right now is a precise, multi-millennium evolutionary choice, engineered by complex neurochemistry and written directly into your dog's genetic code. Your dog isn't taking over your bed because they're clingy. They've run a subtle, instinctive calculation that traces back to the dawn of human civilization. Understanding that calculation is the key to unlocking what really makes your dog happy, especially on those quiet days when they seem unusually sad. Distant or heavy-hearted, when your dog appears down, your instinct is probably to throw a toy or offer a treat. But animal behavioral scientists at Eötvös Loránd University in Budapest discovered something far deeper about the canine mind. Using a psychological framework originally created for human babies, the Ainsworth-Strange situation test, researchers mapped how dogs navigate stress, comfort, and emotional distress. The data revealed that dogs relate to their human guardians using the exact same psychological architecture that human infants use with their mothers, built entirely around proximity seeking, separation anxiety, and reunion calm. In fact, precisely 61% of dogs exhibit what scientists classify as a secure attachment style, which is the exact same statistical ratio found in human toddlers. So when your dog seems sad or withdrawn, they aren't looking for entertainment or physical distractions. They are seeking the one specific stimulus that recalibrates their entire nervous system. And that stimulus is your physical presence. This emotional reset button operates through a powerful biochemical feedback system that science is only recently beginning to fully understand. Researchers at Asabu University in Japan published a groundbreaking study in the journal Science, revealing that when a human and their dog gaze into each other's eyes, both species experience a massive simultaneous surge in oxytocin, the precise hormone responsible for deep parental bonding and trust. The researchers mapped this exact experiment with wolves raised by humans from birth, and the result was striking. The wolf-human gaze triggered absolutely no oxytocin increase whatsoever. The gaze loop is a unique evolutionary bridge built exclusively between humans and dogs. Furthermore, studies show that just 10 minutes of gentle physical contact drops circulating cortisol levels, the body's primary stress hormone, in both you and your dog. When your dog is feeling down, quiet, or overwhelmed, their body is actively signaling for this biological chemical exchange to soothe their internal distress. This profound chemical dependency wasn't an accident. It was forged over 15,000 years of shared history, long before the invention of agriculture, written language, or modern cities. Picture an ancient landscape where wild wolf silhouettes stalked the freezing darkness just outside the faint glow of early human campfires. Archaeologists in Germany uncovered a 14,000-year-old burial site containing the remains of a young dog who had contracted canine distemper, a deadly virus, at a very young age. Chemical analysis of the bones proved that these ancient humans nursed this sick, weak animal through 5 separate weeks of critical illness, sharing their scarce food and keeping it warm long before the animal could offer any practical value like hunting or guarding. Recent genetic research explains why this bond was so irresistible. Scientists identified specific mutations on chromosome 6 in dogs, containing genetic insertions for extreme hypersociability that are completely absent in wild wolves. Humans didn't simply tame wild animals. We literally reshaped their DNA to make human proximity their ultimate source of emotional safety. Yet, this intense bond creates a fascinating biological contradiction when it comes to rest and recovery. Data from the Mayo Clinic shows that sharing a bed with a dog technically disrupts human sleep architecture, leading to more frequent nighttime movements and micro-awakenings. However, psychological data, including a 2024 study from the University of Jyväskylä in Finland, reveals a fascinating paradox. Dog owners consistently report feeling significantly more rested, peaceful, and emotionally secure when sleeping beside their pets. The reason for this mismatch lies in a phenomenon called heart rate variability co-regulation. When a bonded dog lies down next to you, their autonomic nervous system physically synchronizes its resting rhythm with your own, dropping their heart rate and stabilizing their breathing pattern to match yours. If you place an unfamiliar human in that exact same space, your body remains subtly vigilant. But beside your specific dog, your nervous system interprets their steady rhythm as an absolute signal of safety. Because this biological link is so consistent, any sudden shift in your dog's sleeping or resting behavior should be treated as a major red flag rather than a simple mood change. If a dog that normally seeks your side suddenly retreats to a cold corner under a couch or avoids coming near the bed, it is almost never random. The first danger is hidden physical pain. Dogs possess a deep evolutionary drive to hide vulnerability, and a sudden reluctance to jump or lie close to you is frequently the very first observable sign of joint deterioration, spinal discomfort, or arthritis. The second threat is cognitive decline. As roughly 35% of dogs over 8 years old develop canine cognitive dysfunction, the canine equivalent of Alzheimer's disease, which systematically destroys their spatial memory, disrupts their sleep-wake cycles, and leaves them feeling profound nighttime confusion. When a dog retreats into sadness or isolation, recognizing these physiological shifts is the most crucial, compassionate step an owner can take. So tonight, when you find yourself wedged awkwardly against the headboard with no room to move your legs, take a moment to see that crowded bed through a completely different lens. Out of every scent, every environment, and every safe corner available in their world, your dog made a deliberate, ancient choice to anchor their biological rhythm directly to yours. If you want to lift your dog's spirits when they are down, remember that your mere presence is their primary source of security and healing. Drop a comment below and tell me, what percentage of the bed does your dog take up tonight? And if you think their desire to sleep next to you is powerful, wait until you learn why your dog stares intensely into your eyes while you eat. Because the neuroscience behind that simple stare is even more mind-bending than the secret world of their sleep.